Rise and Shine Rwanda, it's Friday the 14th of August.
Coming up on today's special weekly review show.
A new campaign hoping to change life is here, and we told you how you can be part of it all.
We took a look at a new business here to boost the education system in Rwanda.
And we attended an art exhibition of one of the region's most talented visual artists.
Welcome to this special Rise and Shine Rwanda weekly review show, where we take you back through the best of the week here on Rise and Shine. It's just gone 7 o'clock in the morning. My name is Fidelis Karangwa.
And I'm Regis Isheja. Over the next hour, we'll be bringing you a review of this week's top stories, analysis, debate, and insights into the stories making headlines here in Rwanda and across the world. Now, the Rise and Shine crew have throughout the week been diligently gathering and preparing everything you need to know about what's happening here in Rwanda and around the world. Well, it's been a busy week for us here at the Rise and Shine headquarters. One of the most interesting stories that I reported on this week was the Tigo Reach for Change campaign. When it comes to having a strong desire to change lives and have the passion and drive to create this change, there's nothing like the Tigo Reach for Change campaign. It has created a coaching and mentoring program like none other, and some are already seeing the change in their respective fields. The campaign supports projects that promote children's welfare and is organized by Tigo and Reach for Change, a Swedish non-profit organization that supports children and youth causes. Let's take a look back. This is the fourth year that Tigo and Reach for Change are running a competition in search for social entrepreneurs. Last year, the two winners were Yves Dukunda and Dominique Uwase Alonga. Since 2012, 5 changemakers have been supported by the program and have impacted the lives of over 46,000 Rwandan children.
Reach for Change believes in people. What they do is they take an idea, no matter how small. You know, they don't wait for you to be the big settled organization or, you know, the big business. You know, they believe in you for the idea that you have, and believing in you leads you to believe in yourself and impact the children or whatever you wanted to do, you know. I think what they did for me is they believed in my idea, they heard it, they funded me, and they actually also led me in different steps to actually see it become a reality. Because it was all in my head and it probably sounded good in my head, but speaking it out to Reach for Change, speaking it out to the judges, speaking it out to the helpers, the mentors that we had along the way, made the idea become real and become visible so people can pass by and see. This was just in my head, but then now it's slowly becoming tangible and visible, so it's great.
Dominique wants to create a vibrant environment where children enjoy reading by organizing readathon events that seek to reward the best children readers of the nation, and also creating website software to encourage and track reading habits of children among Rwandan society.
The reason why people should register to Reach for Change is this is your opportunity to have your idea heard, to join the family, and to have your idea become a reality. You can become a reality. Whatever you think in your head can actually become visible, like what we had. You know, as you can see, it's come a long way, and we would not have done it without Reach for Change. That's definite.
The application period will run up to August 21st. The winner will receive up to 14 million Rwandan francs and access to business expertise and mentorship from senior management of Tigo staff and Reach for Change advisors.
So what Tigo and Reach for Change do, they don't only give you funding, they give you mentorship, they give you training. We have a lot of workshops in terms of communications, how to connect with other donors. We have workshops about marketing, how to market your organization, how to be financially sustainable. So they don't only give you money and tell you, oh, you know what, you won the competition, leave, go away. They come, they see how far you've come, they train you. Because like I said earlier, when I came into the Reach for Change and Tigo family, it was just an idea. We were not settled. We were not a small organization. We were just non-existent. So there are things such as how to manage your finances, how to do PR, how to do communications, how to connect with other donors, networking. So those things were really new to us. Even the registration process to become a real entity was something that they've helped us do. They lead you. They visit you constantly. They organize workshops so that you can meet other change leaders, so that you can challenge each other. Hey, I had this problem last year. This is how I overcame it. So the more we talked with each other, the more we actually pushed ourselves. You can go further. You can go further. You can go further.
A great initiative. Regis Sheja, Rise and Shine Rwanda. And joining us in studio now is Ivira Dukunda from Digital Changemaker 2014. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, after we saw what Dominique said and how much the campaign has affected her organization and how great she's doing, tell us and tell the people at home why they should register. Why is it important to be part of this movement?
Well, just like Dominique, myself, I participated in the competition and I was just given this opportunity to make an impact. I believe that there's so many people out there who have really innovative ideas and they have made it their social mission to see a change to the society. So it's really important because Tigo has made it possible by providing the support needed, both financial and the mentorship they need, and also the network, broader network of digital change makers to be able to succeed, to achieve their goals. So for someone who's ambitious and they have identified the problem and have a solution, this is the opportunity right now to go and really make it happen.
Now, take us through each step. I mean, you register. How do you register? And why do you register? I mean, what do you get from registering for this campaign?
Okay, so because the campaign is open to everyone, you go to a public website, www.tigo.co.rw/digital change makers. This link takes you to an online application. You sign up, you have your email and password, and this takes you to a series of questions that you answer for the judges to evaluate. So this form, you don't have to finish it in one sitting. You can take your time, answer the questions about the problem you have identified, and really take your time to make a case why your innovation brings a solution to the society. And once you have done that, you can actually save and do it over the few days, and then you submit. So once you send in your application, the jury takes, it's actually going to be up until September 11 that the jury is going to evaluate the application.
So it was August 21st, it has moved to September 11th.
Actually, the submission will be needed on August 29th, okay. But between August 29th and September 11th, the jury will be evaluating those submitted applications. At that point, there will be another stage where there is a support to create a business plan that allows applicants to redefine their ideas in more tangible ways. And then the next phase is actually to pitch in person to Tigo, co-workers and senior management in partnership again with the Reach for Change support. So the presentations are again to convince to these senior managers of Tigo that your idea really is bringing something useful to the society.
Now here we're talking about affecting change and changing lives. Mm-hmm. How are we doing so?
You see, the kind of innovation that Tigo is talking about is trying to identify a problem for the society. And in order to make a change, you need to better lives of people.
This is not just about children. We're talking people in general.
Yeah, we're talking about people in general.
Right.
But we're looking at social entrepreneurs, again, looking at the social impact. But a very important component is we're looking for ideas that have the potential to use digital tools or technology, or they're already using it, or the idea has the potential to use this technology, because that's the way Tigo is able to provide all the support through its network, vast network, and the digital tools that it has.
Now, this is Tigo Reach for Change. We know the Ministry of ICT, of Youth and ICT, is usually very involved when we're talking about anything digital in this country, especially since it's one of the sectors that are really being pushed forward in the country. Have you reached out to them? Have they reached out to you? Are you working together? How is the relation here?
Absolutely, because the Ministry of Youth and ICT and the government of Rwanda in general have really built the infrastructure,
the facility,
and really made it possible for youth and everyone else to come up with ideas, to use these like facilities to actually create solutions. So this is where Tigo comes in to say, you participate, you win 14 million Rwandan francs, you get a 3-year period of incubation and mentorship, and we make your idea possible. And obviously, that's not disconnected to any support that the government is giving.
Now, I got to talk to Dominique, who's the other winner of the contest last year. Now, I see where she is now, and I saw the evolution over time. Where are you now? What have you done since you won, and where are you right now?
I would say that the idea I had was still in an ideation stage, right? And we had made a few steps in trying to implement, but we're stuck because there is a lot of financial needs that we couldn't solve.
Right.
There's also the know-how, the expertise that we needed to be able to bust some bottlenecks in our program. So since we won, that has been really a solution for us because we're able to expand the team to include a technical person doing the coding because ours is software. We also recently hired an operation manager. Again, we are creating jobs through that, but also we are able to tackle the challenges we had as an organization. So right now, the solution we had is being used by 2 schools. One is Licedo Kigali, which is here in Kigali. Another school is in the south. It's Gahogo Adventist Academy. They're using our solution. If it hasn't been for the funding provided by Tigo and the mentorship, I don't think it would be where we are today.
Now, it says that once you win, once you're one of the winners, because there's a lot of people who actually submitting, who want to be some of the winners as well, right? So when you're winning, you get to actually, spend time with Tigo personnel and Reach for Change personnel. How does that work exactly?
Actually, there is a change maker hub within the Tigo's headquarters at Muhima.
Right.
So instead of just you being connected for the Tigo community, actually you get to office within Tigo. So you have access to anyone within Tigo management. These are people who have expertise, whether it's marketing, whether it's pricing, whether it's any technical support that you need. You just have a direct connection with them.
Now, let's just say I'm one of the people watching the show right now and who is still, being doubtful about applying, about being part of this campaign. Tell them why, again, they should be part of it.
You have an idea. If you're watching, you have an idea, you want to see an impact. This is the time for you because Tigo is coming in to say, let's partner, let's help you have the boost that you need to make the next step. And I don't think, I believe that there are so many challenges in this society. I don't think you need to wait until another day. Seize this opportunity, use it in order to see the change that you have dreamed of.
Well, you, my friend, will make a great public speaker. I think you're already doing pretty great right now. Ifida Dukunda, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now, very interesting stuff there is.
Absolutely. The fact that when you think about it, the fact that they're actually, that Tigo and Reach for Change are getting together just to make sure that, they push the digital part of, our country moving forward. But on top of that, helping young entrepreneurs, helping those like Dominique, like Yves, who are trying to, make a change, to change everything that's going on in this country. I think that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, now especially since the country is encouraging people to be, self-employed.
Right.
When things like this happen, when moves like this, campaigns like this are happening in the country, it's definitely a good thing. I mean, entrepreneurs must be having a great time.
I can't wait to see who are going to be the next winners after Dominique and Yves.
For sure, hopefully may do very soon.
Hey, listen,
we should do something.
Absolutely.
Now, another story that really caught our attention this week was the annual Summer Nights Dinner. As a way of connecting connecting young entrepreneurs with fresh graduates in order for them to share ideas and help them open their minds to creating jobs. This annual summer dinner is truly unlike any other. In a light and relaxed environment, there were soothing performances from pianists and guitarists intertwined with motivational speeches. It's a night that you can never want to miss out. Let's take a look.
Access is a social enterprise. It's all about providing accessible and affordable water solutions to Rwandans.
Yeah, he actually also plays in weddings and other events, so just in case.
The event aims at building a bridge between Rwandan youngest entrepreneurs and university students and graduates, as well as the youth as a whole.
The aim of Summer Night Dinner Party is to bring together all graduates, universities, students of universities, and young successful entrepreneurs so that they can motivate each other. But also the thing that we focus on is to bring the Rwandan youngest successful entrepreneurs so that they can motivate other youth, especially graduates, that they can feel free, they can create their own job, not seeking for jobs.
I like the making money part. I mean, I need to see about this making money thing.
Food, drinks, and soothing performances. They got them all.
It's a nice and interesting place where a young entrepreneur and others professional can meet and interact and exchange nice ideas. This is an event which can help most of our Rwandan youth because they get inspired, they get to know how they can use their entrepreneurship skills and make it happen.
Now, how inspired do these young men and women leave the dinner, and what are they looking forward to?
It's really interesting, it's fun. There are different people here, young entrepreneurs. We have had very many tips of starting up a project, different things you can do and how you can do it. And as young graduates, young students, young Rwandan people, we have been really motivated to start up and do something that really interests us in life and something that can help us make money and live a happy life.
Wow, aren't we blown away? I mean, I feel like this is very powerful. At 21,
A great gathering. Regis Sheja, Rise and Shine Rwanda. And joining me in studio now are Marceline Umulisa and Sandrine Ashimni, co-organizers of the Summer Night Dinner. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
All right, now this was something epic. First of all, from how people were dressed, to the music, to the food, but it's mostly the message behind the whole thing, the aim, the goal. Having basically people who are entrepreneurs now that were students that finished school, who are actually giving tips to those graduating and moving on to the big world. What do you feel like it was this year, and what makes it different a year from another?
Oh, thank you. First of all, we organized this Summer Night Dinner Party to bring together fresh graduates and young successful Rwandan entrepreneurs so that those young successful entrepreneurs can motivate, can inspire those fresh graduates. That's why we organized this Summer Night Dinner Party.
Now, is it something that will be happening every year? Do you want to make it maybe more than just once a year? And how do you feel those young guys and ladies who are leaving that dinner? How do you feel? What do you feel like they're getting from the dinner? How basically encouraged they are to actually start their own businesses and give jobs to other people?
Yeah, thank you. I definitely think it should be happening more than once a year because it's a very, very important thing. And for our first time, I think we did great. Actually, people didn't expect it to go the way it did. So afterwards, we got phone calls, text messages like, yo, guys, that was really great. It should be happening twice a year, even 3 times a year. So yes, guys did gain some things because you could see after when the interactions had started, people were interested in talking to Crystal Quizela. Crystal Quizela.
Right.
Yes.
Because there was a lot of motivational speakers there, people who kickstarted their own enterprises and
Marcel
all that.
from Umuseke. So people were actually very, very cooperative.
Right.
So yeah, it was good. It was good.
Okay, now tell us about the whole concept. Why do it at night? What does it have to be a dinner, first of all? Who came up with the concept? Because I know you two are co-organizers and I know you have a big team. But how did you think about the whole thing? How did it start?
First of all, we want to bring those, especially those youth. We want to enjoy, but not just for fun. It's a productive fun, you know. So we want to bring those successful entrepreneurs so that they can inspire those fresh graduates, so that they can be able. Everything is possible if you can. Yeah.
Now, Sandrine, if you were to tell me anything you got from this year's dinner, I mean, from talking to those motivational speakers to actually speaking to other graduates who are graduating this year or the year before, who cannot wait to make a mark on the market. What do you feel like you got? Like, what kind of message you got that really motivated you, that made you feel like, okay, I gained something from doing this?
I gained the fact that actually people were happy about it. That means they needed it. Like, they have been wanting to interact with those entrepreneurs to know how did they start, what motivates them to do what they do. So I think that me being able to help them get together with those entrepreneurs, I feel like that was helpful to me as well. So yes, I got to know them, and I got to help others meet them. So that's an achievement for me.
Now, Marceline, when you got in touch with me, telling me that you guys were going to do this and that, you know, we should be covering this because this is something important, there was also that I felt like the media wasn't giving you guys the proper attention that you guys deserve. Yeah. Why do you feel that is? Is it because they're not necessarily catering to the youth? They should be catering to it a bit more? What do you think is the problem here?
The problem here, especially youth, they think they can do nothing. They are seeking for a job. Why not? They can create their own job.
Right.
Not seeking for jobs. That's our target, is to motivate other youth that they can create their own job, starting small, and they can achieve a big thing.
You wanted to add something?
Yeah, definitely. I think the media didn't give us as much attention because it was happening for the first time. And probably the title, when you hear Summer Night Dinner Party, you feel like, oh, it's just one of those parties that's going to have fun, dance. But then they didn't get the part where the productive part of it, the entrepreneurs meeting with the fresh graduates. So I guess maybe we can change a little bit about the title, and then the marketing wasn't that, the advertising, sorry, it wasn't that much. It was mostly on social media and friends to friends. So I feel like next time we can try to increase on the advertising and then emphasizing on the fact that it's a productive dinner.
Right.
It's about people interacting for a productive reason.
Now,
Yes.
Sandrine, what do you feel the youth is lacking more this year? This is one of the questions I also asked you during the dinner. What do you feel like the youth is lacking? I mean, when they're getting on the market, do they have the tools, the necessary tools to actually make their mark on the market, or are they lacking things which this kind of dinner can actually answer?
Yes, definitely. I think the youth is lacking self-confidence because they definitely have the tools. We have so many talents, we have so many people are talented here, but they don't have exposure. They don't know. They just keep things to themselves because they're like, oh, I have it, but then I can't use it in Rwanda. Maybe if I go abroad. But if you believe in yourself and you go out there and you show your talent, you show your gift, people are going to be like, oh, this is interesting. So what we need is self-confidence, and then we need people to encourage us to show what we have.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, Marceline, Sandrine, this was great. Hopefully, like everybody has been telling you, hopefully this happens hopefully it's more than an annual thing. Hopefully it happens like twice, 3 times a year.
Yes.
Thank you very much for coming on the couch, and
Thank you.
hopefully you'll be back very soon. That's actually that's a great event.
More entrepreneurs
I
going
really
out and
wish
getting things done.
right. It's an annual thing, but like I was telling the girls when they came in the show, as we just saw in the chat, like I would love for that to happen more often, and I'm pretty sure other people have been telling them too. But this is a great initiative. I mean, you mix pleasure with business. Well, I mean, in the right way, though. That I like this. I really like how it's done.
And especially in a time, it happened at a perfect time where, you know, we've seen so many schools graduating. So
Right.
this is a good way for people not to just go and walk into offices and trying to get jobs, but to learn from people who've actually started their own businesses and are doing very well. So it's a great initiative.
Right. Well, you're watching the special review edition of Rise and Shine Rwanda. Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Rise and Shine Rwanda, the review. Now, there were some big business stories in the news this week. And as ever, the Rise and Shine team have been speaking to local entrepreneurs and business experts. Fidelis looked at Practice Phone. What is it exactly?
Well, we all know how school can be a drag, especially when you're stuck with old methods of education and insufficient resources. This is now a thing of the past, however, as today we get to learn about a business that is set to take the education level to the next best thing. Let's take a look back.
As Rwanda develops at a fast rate in all sectors of the economy, including education, one of the things that has been a major priority is to make education systems easy to access as well as fun for the students. Practice for NE, a new startup business, saw the opportunity in this field and decided to take it on.
It is an education platform which will help students find corrected online exercises according to their level and class, as well as which will help parents to find schools in the form of a directory, and depending on which school you want for your child, you can type in keywords and you'll find, for example, mixed schools that are in the southern province.
Having had difficulties accessing exercises to practice on to prepare for exams when she was in school is among one of the things that inspired Haisa and her colleagues to start this business.
When I was myself in high school, the exercises when I was in S6, the exercises I found were never certified. So we will be having partnerships with with the government and the education system in Rwanda, so that the exercises you can find them easily, but they're also certified and corrected.
And that is not all. As they grow their business and try to reach even more people with this education solution, what is expected in the future is even more exciting.
We are looking to increase our traffic. We are hoping that people will start using practiceforne.com as soon as possible, and we'll be updating as many exercises as possible, because you can never learn as much, too much. And we're also looking to be upgrading the AMA magazine daily and as often as possible, and to also help our magazine will be the go-to education platform in Rwanda.
There you have it. Yet another tech solution that the Rwandan community can enjoy and maximize on. Remember, education is the key to success. Kangwa Fidelis, Rise and Shine Rwanda.
And joining us now in studio are Haisa Kamariza and Umulisa Homeo from practiceforne.com. Welcome, guys, to the show.
Thank you.
Now, we already know that, the education system in Rwanda is doing so well, but, you already, and in the interview you also told us that you being a student was some of what was part of the things that also encouraged you to start up this kind of business. But, what has it been like since you started it? How have people been taking it so far?
Thank you for having us, Fidelis. So far, we are very, very young. We started only a week ago, but we have received a lot of praise for the idea itself. A lot of people are saying we really needed this, especially students, because among the things we offer are exercises, corrected ones, and also a magazine, and which is running now. So we have receiving very, very positive feedback. But for now, we are very aware that we are very young, so we're still growing. But the feedback has been amazing so far.
Now, working with a government institution, I mean, they're already a very busy institution as it is. But what has it been like collaborating with them to try and get this website running? And especially since you need a lot of their input for it to work.
Well, basically, I think the reception has been actually very good because it's something that they are looking at themselves. They want to have this happening. And, luckily, since a few years now, the government has a program with digital content creation. So we're basically just going to profit from the same database that they've been using for a long time right now. So for us, actually, it's been a blessing, if you can say that way, that we're going to get the information that we need, not that late. But beside that, of course, we are also producing some on ourselves and getting help from independent teachers to put exercises. And we hope that in the near future, as soon as we are able to secure enough schools, that the schools themselves can actually make the website part of their curricula so that they can connect the exercises that they're giving at school with the website, so that when the students are gone or they're at home, they can go on the website, find their school area, and access the exercises. So these are the two, the several ways that the content will be updated on the exercise side. So.
Yeah. Now, I know this is, as much as it's going to be something that will help the general public, for you it's also a business. I mean, you intend to make money from this. And with IT growing at the rate that it is right now, do you feel that maybe at some point when the Ministry of Education maybe, has the right equipment, the right personnel to do this kind of stuff, it might be competition or might be a threat to your business?
Well, see, practiceforne.com was created by Lika Media, so my co-founder here, and Lika Media is the company behind, and basically what Lika Media does is branding and marketing. So I think to the point where the government might have platforms like ours, which actually already exist in somehow, they're not that popularized and they're not like subject oriented like the way we're doing it, but they already have something. Yes. But I think this is I see our product completing what is already there rather than competing with it, because we always found a way to bring up something that is more attached to our brain.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know if I can call it one step ahead, but in the way that we'll complete each other, it won't feel as if we having a competition.
And in that sense, basically, since it's about education, and the Ministry of Education and any kind of public institution concerned with education should not see this as a threat of any kind. This is any person who is involved with education we are completing. We are here to complete. So it's not about competition at this point.
Okay. But still, starting out, I know you started a week ago, but what have been some of the challenges that you faced along the way while setting up this business for you guys?
Well, I would say that I think that the biggest challenge is that the design part, bringing it to the point where it fits with the market, not technically, but more of accessibility, because we are advanced when it comes to internet access, but still there are sometimes where it doesn't work that good. So we had to rethink properly how to create something that won't be heavy so that people are able to access it. So I think on the design side, that's been one challenge we faced. But after we saw the feedbacks, right after the launch, the second day with just few articles online, that people actually jumped on it. It felt as if the marketing side will be a break. So what we need to focus on is the accessibility and the technical side of it, and work in a way that it can be hidden, so that even very soon feature mobile phones can also access the website rather than just smartphones.
Oh, nice. Now, you want to say something?
Sure. Basically, the challenges so far are we'll always have a few glitches, something you didn't think of. Internet will be dead for a few days, and then
which everyone experiences.
Exactly, yeah, but that will affect you in the way you will publish things, or you will see a few mistakes. But we learn very fast, so we are already overcoming them.
That's
challenges.
Really good.
Yes.
Now, what can we expect to see from you guys? Let's say 2 years down the road. Can I just trust to come on your site and learn everything I need to know and go take my exam easy peasy, or what's the plan exactly?
In 2 years from now, we are planning on strengthening every single aspect and tool that is available on our website. So if it's about education, and you're going to come to our website about how-tos and self-help methods of reading, you will find them. And when it comes to exercises, we will make sure to add very regularly and as much as possible. So you can expect to find on our website, on practiceforany.com, practically a lot of things.
Okay.
I think just to add to what my colleague just said is what we're also going to make sure of is that we want that website to be a one-stop shop when it comes to education. And so basically you could also expect going on the website, learning something, looking at your scorecard, see what you've done well and what you need to improve, getting recommendations. So it will be one tool that teachers will thank God for it one day, because then they will not have to go through the exercise papers of 60 students, by just use the data that they can find on our website to know how to help the student, if they need a tutor, if they need a support, where to give them support. So basically that's the goal.
Yeah, now you talked about teachers, but I'm sure even students, even parents are going to love this. So we appreciate your business and wish you all the best, and hope to have you again on the couch very soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And you always have these great reports. I mean, what do you think is innovative in this? And what do you think, how do you think it's going to change the scope of things?
I mean, for starters, trying to get maybe exams to revise from, or just notes to revise from, has been really hard in the past. Going to libraries, maybe it's not even relevant anymore.
Right.
So this is going to change the game, basically, when it comes to education, because you'll find not only the right information that you're looking for, the right exercises, if you want tutors, by the way, you can get those on this website. So they're basically just combining everything that a student needs right now to just perform the best that they can. It's really, really good. And it's also going to be good for teachers as well.
Absolutely.
When it comes to scoring students' performances, they don't have to sit down and mark and then deliver the results. They can even put the results online, and students can get them online too. So it's basically just going to make everything easier from students to parents to teachers as well.
I feel like there's a theme around this review show today where we're actually discovering and pushing young people to do better.
Definitely.
I really like that. All right, you're watching Rise and Shine Rwanda's weekly review show on to sports. Now, we had renowned sports analyst Usher Komugisha delve into the major sports stories from here in Rwanda and around the world. Have a look. And joining us now in studio once again is Usher Komugisha. Welcome back to the show, Usher.
Thank you very much.
Now, Kiyovu Sport getting a new head coach in Samuel Amamba. What is it going to change? Because we know in Rwanda for the past couple of years now, where it's always between Police FC, Rayon Sport, APR has kind of fallen off a little bit. What do you think this is gonna change, especially since they're telling him he has to either win the National League or the Peace Cup?
Well, it's not going to be easy, that's for sure, because as we all know, police and APR and somehow Rayon Sport have gotten all the players in the country who are very few, the top players. But I think because he's a coach of a lot of experience and he's been with APR before, so he understands Rwandan football.
Right.
But a lot has changed since he was here. And but I think that Kiyovu they have some of the players that can do well, but maybe they lacked the coaching.
And you think Samuel Mamba could be the it factor here that tips the scale a little bit?
A bit, because I don't see him being in the top 2, that's for sure, because even the other teams that have stepped up, like Sunrise, they finished 4th in their debut season in the top flight league, and they went on to actually sign Jimmy Mulisa, who is a very established Amavubi player.
Right.
So I think it's going to be difficult, but maybe because they have pedigree as a club, maybe they'll try to do something. But again, it comes down to organization. If the management is organized and they sign maybe 2 or 3 players, maybe those players will make the difference.
All right. Now, we all knew Serena Williams had a sore right elbow after Wimbledon. She comes back. She skipped Stanford last week. She comes back and plays in Toronto, a tournament she's won a couple of times before. Wins her first match against Flavia Pennetta. What does this show? Because you said yesterday that you don't see anyone threatening her crown at the moment at the US Open, which is taking place in 2 weeks. Do you still feel strongly about that, even if yesterday she struggled by losing the first set?
Well, maybe it was expected, especially after the shoot. I think you saw the pictures
rust, right.
with the New York magazine.
Right.
So maybe that tampered a
those
bit
poses,
with her.
those
the poses.
Right.
Yeah, maybe they tampered a bit with her, focus and concentration. But once she gets into tournament mood, I don't think anyone is going to do much to challenge her. I think that, there could be people who will maybe get some, games off her, and even when she loses a set, Serena is that kind of woman that will come back. She
doesn't get
fights.
deterred. She bounces back.
She bounces back like any day, and we saw that at Wimbledon in the final as well, also in the semi-final. So I think that she's very strong mentally, and she'll get there. She'll get there.
Now, when we're talking about Maureen Connolly, Margaret Court, and Steffi Graf as the only women to have swept all 4 Grand Slams in a calendar year, Steffi Graf is the only one who did it in the Open era. Do you feel Serena Williams could actually do this at the US Open?
I think she will do it. She has massive support, from her fans. She's at home.
Home turf.
Yeah, this is home turf. And it's not just even about being in front of her family and whatever, because they always travel with her anyway. But it's also about the surface.
Right.
She's very good with that surface. And I think she'll have the motivation, to want to achieve this and to be named among the greatest tennis players, not just in the Open era, but ever.
Ever, of all time, absolutely. A player who is often mentioned as one of the greatest of all time is Lionel Messi. Showed us again 2 nights ago why everybody should hold him in that regard. But this did not come without pain. I mean, from 4-1 to 4-4 before winning 5-4. What was your take after watching Sevilla play Barcelona?
Well, opening 10 minutes, Sevilla had a goal, free kick. Okay, well, fine, maybe, Second thing we know, there's another free kick, again, Messi. Then he scores the second goal, again, from the similar position.
Right.
So I was like, okay, we have 2-1 under maybe 20 minutes. We're going to have a good game here. But going on, to lose concentration and concede 3 goals, I think was very disappointing from a team like Barcelona. But that's the good thing about Barcelona. Yes, they'll concede the goals, and again, it's the style in La Liga. You concede 3 goals, but you win by by 1. You score maybe 4-3. So that's the thing. They lost concentration, but it also shows that it's going to be a very interesting La Liga season, because if Sevilla can actually push, Barcelona to the edge. I think it's going to be an interesting season.
Now, this one is a tough one for me to say that Iniesta is getting up there in age, but it is a fact he's getting old. Now, with the triumvirate of Neymar, Luis Suarez, and Lionel Messi up front, yes, you just talked about the fact that Spanish football is more geared towards the offensive play, even if when Mourinho was there, it had changed a little bit. Do you feel like Real Madrid can threaten their crown in Spain or Atletico Madrid? And do you feel like another team in Europe could threaten their place in Europe at the moment?
Yes, I think that Madrid is up there. They were just unfortunate last season without having Gareth Bale, because that's more like taking out, let's say, Suarez for Barcelona. They'll struggle. Maybe it's the same thing. Like you take out Messi of Barcelona, maybe they'll struggle. They'll still score, by the way, because for Barcelona it's a system. Yeah, it's a system. Right. It's a system that works. So I think that Madrid. Sevilla is up there. Atletico Madrid will also challenge, but the problem is they will go on and maybe lose to the small sides. So it's going to be very close, I think.
UEFA Champions League, if you were to come up with a prediction right now, who are you seeing in the final?
Well, I haven't looked at the squads for the teams, but again, maybe Barcelona will be up there, and Bayern Munich. They would want to come back into the
Pep Guardiola maybe getting his revenge.
Yeah, sure, maybe.
All right. Well, Asha Komugisha, thank you very much once again.
All right,
we appreciate you being on the show.
Sports analyst Asha speaking there with Rise and Shine's Hijis earlier this week. Hijis, seems you had a great time this week with Asha, didn't you?
Absolutely. Talking about Barcelona, I know you're not too
yeah, I'm literally clueless.
Right. But Barcelona and Sevilla playing the Super Cup, the UEFA Super Cup, that was something a lot of people were looking forward to, especially since it started to a really quick start, and then from 4-1 to 4-4 to a 5-4. Final score. But there's a lot going on in the Spanish Premier Liga, and we're gonna be seeing a lot, whether in Spain or in Europe this season. The rivalry between FC Barcelona and Real Madrid. I cannot wait to see.
Well, while you were speaking gibberish the whole time for me, what I thought was really interesting about this week's sports section is the fact that we had a lady take over.
I
think she is amazing. Like whenever she's talking, I'm just staring at her. I think she thinks I'm a bit weird, but she's an amazing person.
It catches you off guard because you're like. I can understand her knowing a lot, but I mean, to the point where she's an expert. She's unbelievable. I mean, 90% of the stuff she'd be saying, I'd be like, what are you talking about?
Well, you look like you had a great time. I'm sure viewers did too. I know I did. For once, I was watching sports and I was a bit interested.
Right, I'm a sports fanatic and a sports junkie, so when I meet someone who's that passionate about it, I mean, it can only be great chemistry.
Well, hopefully we can have a lot more on the show.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we'll be right back after the break.
Now, this had to be one of my favorite reports this week. If you're an art lover, then this past weekend's art exhibition must have been a no-miss-out event for you. Niaki and Nelson, who we have featured on the show before, gave the people a night to remember, sharing some of his masterpieces with the public. If you did miss out on it, however, then worry not, because we've got you covered. Let's take a look back.
Much anticipated event, crowds gathered at Innovation Village this past weekend to take a look at an art exhibition that had everyone talking, and they sure weren't disappointed. For most, this exhibition was unlike any other that they had previously attended.
I'm among the few persons that was able to see this exposition start from the very start, and I can say that this is really good work. What makes this really exciting is the extra or the accessories he uses to the art.
I mean, Nelson draws beautiful women, and I love the fact that he uses spirals and the swirls for their skin. I love the fact that every piece, every woman is powerful. They look like tribal queens, and I haven't seen an artist produce work like that yet, so I really, really love his work. So.
The exhibition that was realized in collaboration with Innovation Village is the first art exhibition of its kind to be held in the space. But what did they find so appealing about working with Nelson?
Innovation Village caters to a few communities, one being the storytellers, and we believe that art is a form of storytelling, so we felt collaborating with him was a really good way to kick off our first ever exhibition, because we have the space has been here since we've opened, so we just felt like it works, and he came to us and we were so pleased that he even wanted to exhibit here at Innovation Village, so agreeing to his proposal wasn't difficult at all.
Having previously had the same art exhibition in Bujumbura did not calm Nelson's nerves, as he wasn't sure whether the Rwandan community would love his work. This worry, however, became a thing of the past one day into the exhibition.
Je suis très étonné comment les Rwandais les gens de Kigali ont pris l'exposition. J'avais un peu peur parce que j'avais fait l'exposition à Bujumbura, mais je me disais toujours peut-être que les gens ne vont pas prendre l'exposition de la même façon. Mais là, je suis agréablement surpris. J'ai eu beaucoup d'échos positifs par rapport à l'exposition, et ça, c'est super cool.
Well, we look forward to seeing much more from this art genius. Kangwa Fidelis, Rise and Shine Rwanda.
Wow. Amazing. I like that. So we've had Niakide Nelson on the show before, amazing artist. When he has these kind of things where, these exhibitions where a lot of people are there to actually take in his whole thing, what's the inspiration behind it? What does he want people to go home with as a message, basically?
Well, I feel like his number one priority is just to give like a new message about, Africa. This particular exhibition or art pieces were about a Kenyan village that he visited. That, if it was someone else to look at it from the outside and think women living alone, probably going through a lot of things in their past, they've suffered a lot. But he's taken that and transformed it into this amazing art pieces that just show their beauty and their strength and all these things. So he has that talent in him. And I feel like, with everything that's going on, he's a Burundian who is taking refuge here in Rwanda. I feel like even that is going to inspire him to do something good and, just try and take the situation and paint and have art pieces that show a good light on Burundi and this whole situation. So I feel like he's an inspiration like that.
Now, his emphasis is mostly on African happenings. So basically, he's using his art to paint a picture about what's happening in Africa, right? A beautiful
picture of Africa, yes.
Right. Now, what are some of the things that he shows that you haven't seen in other artists? I mean, what are some of the things at the exhibition that you look at and you're like, he's special? Well,
everyone has been talking about it. The way he does his art is completely different from what we're used to. I mean, normal art exhibitions here in Rwanda, we see lots of paint, we see all of these things. But he has a way of playing with different material, different art pieces, and it makes it work. So I feel like that's what everyone thinks it's so different, and that's why he got so many people went for his exhibition. It's because it's nothing that we've seen before here in Kigali.
We have to have him on the show because I remember Makeda did a report on.
We actually
what
did, and
he came on the show. I didn't watch that one, but he's amazing. I think that kind of talent is a once in a lifetime kind of thing.
Definitely.
I think he should actually come and demonstrate how he does his thing. I know he will.
Maybe you could learn a thing or two, me and you, and become artists too.
Oh, that's not happening anytime.
It will. I believe in myself.
I have a feeling that this guy will not only conquer the hearts, of art passionates here in Rwanda, but he'll go even beyond the borders, because his art speaks to the eye, speaks to your heart, and you feel like he's trying to represent Africa in a different light. He's really great.
And everyone can relate to his art, because not everyone is an art expert. I mean, honestly, there's some art pieces that I look at and I have no clue what they're all about, but his art pieces literally speak to you. And when he gives you a description of what he was trying to aim for, what he was trying to represent with his art pieces, you can see it. It's very obvious. I think it's amazing what he's doing, and having him in Rwanda for us is definitely something we should be proud of.
You're promising me next time he's having an exhibition, you're taking me there?
For sure.
Oh,
I got you
right.
covered.
All right. Don't forget, we love to hear your thoughts, comments, and feedback on what we're talking about here on Rise and Shine Rwanda. Tweet us at Rise and Shine or W. Like us on Facebook and send us your ideas for programs. Check out our Rise and Shine Rwanda YouTube page, where you can catch all the shows and the reports we do on a daily basis. Find us on Instagram, Rise and Shine or W. We'd love to see your pictures. Or check out our Rise and Shine Rwanda website. Well, that's all the time we have for today. We'd love to hear your feedback, so do let us know if you have an idea for the program. You've been watching Rise and Shine Rwanda's review edition with me, Regis Isheja.
And me, Fidelis Kang. We'll be back here same time, same place on Monday. But for now, have a great
weekend time. Right, have a great weekend, guys. Bye-bye.